Oh, it's pinged already. Is it pinged? Wait, really? It pinged already? Wait, okay. Okay. I don't know what to expect. Are you going to appear? Oh, it's regular skins with Easter skins. Okay. Cool. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. And there you go. Okay. Oh, yeah, these armored doors. Just one or two? Which one? Which one? Light and darkness armored door. Wait, is it front and back? Oh, that makes sense. All right, then. I'm not complaining that much, to be honest. It's a nice batch. I like the AK. The AK is pretty cool as well. Yep. Glow-in-the-dark rock, second rock of the year. So that's 2 Easter skins. Yeah. We actually just put a poll down asking if what people were expecting. No one voted for 50-50 even though it's already happened. Chat, come on now. People thought it was going to be normal skins. You're only kind of correct, alright? You're only kind of correct. Cyber Jacket got in with the pants. So they didn't accept Thunder Gold hoodie and pants. They didn't accept flashbacks. Tier 2 or Tier 3, no. They didn't accept the Legacy Kevlar jacket. No. Skullforce and Cursed Primitive skins? No. Cyber. They accepted Cyber. Yep. Cool. But Mr. Vase's garage door, Cubiston Vase, I should clarify. Now that is a piece of art right there. Look at that. And they do have a double door that they submitted recently. So if you appreciate that, just know there's a sequel, and that could be appearing next week or the week after. Who knows? Oh, I've accidentally clicked something there. So good job there, Mr. Vase, Mr. Cubist. And this was doing the rounds on Twitter. Everybody loved this. This did about like 30,000 retweets. That is a lovely little small box. So congratulations, Mr. 38. I do believe that's your first ever skin accepted. So congratulations there. And congratulations to Sapesh for his first ever skin accepted as an individual. That is a wooden door. The second wooden door to be accepted this year. And then we got the likes of this Hatch Chick Furnace. Looking nice and, well, straightforward, I guess. Quick refresh, did we get any more skins? No, that is the batch. So that is just 9 skins. And like I said earlier, this is actually a very cool looking armored door. Is it not the glow-in-the-dark version? It is the glow-in-the-dark version. All right, that's okay. That's cool. So, which side are you on? Light or dark? So yeah, that's a nice little batch of skins. Rather, one skin. All right, sweet. So I've actually got to go ahead and do some buy orders. If I just quickly hop over to here. And yeah, we got a few things to go barred on now, so I'm going to skip ahead. We'll probably wait an hour, and then we'll discuss, what's looking to be good as an investment and whatnot. So, with that. Good day, people. It's been about an hour, and, well, an extra skin appeared. For some strange reason, that didn't immediately appear, but, hey, we got a SAR as well, so, not going to complain. So, technically speaking, this is still an Easter Rush door, kind of. You do still have the 2 items here, and then these 2 extra skins. But the point I probably mentioned earlier, with the fact that the last week batch of skins didn't really sell that much, maybe they probably thought, maybe we should just do a hybrid of 50-50, insert some other skins that might sell very well. And I do like the deplorables. We will be discussing that in a bit. But first of all, let's talk about the new skins in regards to which skins are abnormal and which ones aren't. So as we go through all of these, I can confirm for this week, we actually have quite a lot of abnormals. So, as we look over to here, that's abnormal, a very cool looking Black Diamond AK-47. We have a Blackberry Rock, which glows in the dark. We have Cyber Hoodie and Pants, they are abnormal. We have this, now the Easter Farm door is not abnormal, and the Hatch Chick Furnace, they are not abnormal. But I will confirm, and this isn't abnormal, the Jungle Sir, but every other skin is abnormal. So, for next week we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 abnormals to chase after. Yep, that's going to be fun, isn't it? And they're quite expensive as well. $4.49, $4, $3.50, $2.50. It's a pretty expensive week. But they're probably trying to recoup some losses because they only made 50 grand last week. Oof. Right, so talking about last week's skins, let's jump back over to there. And I'm not joking. Apparently it's calculated better now. It did just under 200,000. Right, fair enough. But the majority of these skins did not sell very much, did they? We only have 2 skins here that did over 10,000 sales. Huh. So, yeah, this might not have been super great. It might not have been what everybody was wanting. Awkward. But, yeah, that is the final result for their sales. Let's just go quickly check all the skins. So, of course, with the Rust rotation, the regular skins from the previous week are now marketable. And the Chick Hammer skin, the Easter Chick Hammer skin to be precise, well, it's currently listed at $3. Now, let's just remind ourselves, not every single person who bought this skin last week has the ability to sell it. And I did question this last night. With this being accepted, have more people gone ahead and made some more hammer skins? Yes, we saw 3 brand new hammer skins being submitted to the workshop this past weekend, and I can't help but assume we'll probably see a lot more. Maybe this might be the beginning of a lot more hammer skins being accepted in Rust stores from here now. We shall see. If that is the case, this Easter chick might suffer because of it, but if it does roll with the idea of maybe we don't have another marketable hammer skin for the rest of this year, that's going to do a whole lot better. Now, if we can record the likes of the Sheepman Adore from last year, the Easter chick Sheepman Adore, that rose up in price in the summer quite nicely, but then it went down in price during the autumn fall seasonal dip, and it never really recovered. Could we expect the same thing with the likes of this hammer? Well, there's varying different things. The fact that it's a hammer skin, and it is marketable, is a lot different compared to the Sheepman Adore, and it's a little bit more reliable. But it's a matter of what will happen next in regards to will there be more hammer skins? As of now, he's nice and comfy. It's sold for $2, and it's got buy orders pushing all the way up to $1.60. As of now, that does seem to be fairly reliable. So best of luck to you, Mr. Little Chickie. And look at the size of that. Anyway, moving on. Carrot Blaster Sar, I was questioning this last night. Looks like the potted buy has appeared and did that price. Well, if you want to do that, mate, you can do that, but I don't think that will be retaining its Rust store price at all. It sold for $1.99, and yeah, I don't think that's going to be doing all right. So how many sales did it do in the end? That did just about... We could round it up to about almost 7,000, but yeah, I don't have a lot of faith in it, to be honest. Easter theme skins never really have that much love, especially when it's out of season. So as I look over to here to the next skin, we got the likes of the Chocolate Easter hoodie and pants. Now, this was part of a collection. I had a ramble about this. For some reason, Face Punch didn't, properly name it Chocolate Easter hoodie and pants, along with the likes of what we have here at Tier 2. And the Tier 2 never really went up in price, and I can already see both the hoodie and pants already going down below the Rust store price. Or some did. There were some listings. Looks like they got removed because SCMM acknowledged that there were 2 listings below. Oh well, whatever. But yeah, the buy orders are only going up to 38 cents. Now, for the sales it had, 5,000 bare minimum each. Ooh, that's not looking super good. Well, that's a little bit awkward. So, in regards to that, well, we'll wait and see what happens next year. Will we get Chocolate Easter Tier 3? We'll find out. And guys, you don't need to talk about CS2 right now. I'm already depressed, all right? I don't need more depression. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that, but I don't have a lot of faith behind it, I'm afraid to say. Moving over to here, we've got the likes of the Chocolate Hunter MP5. That did not do that many sales. So hopping back over to here, that did less than 5,000 subscribers. That means just less than 5,000 individual people bought the skin. I can't help but assume that's going to probably get manipulated at some point in the future. Now, that probably won't happen for another year or so. The manipulators are always keeping an eye out for potential things that they could get the majority stock of and inflate the value of, but keep an eye on that. Then we've got the likes of the Sweet Treat Burlap clothing. Well, same sort of situation in regards to the Chocolate Easter hoodie and pants. They did not sell that much, and unfortunately, they don't seem to have that much interest either. But for Burlap clothing, I mean, one real quick thing I want to just kind of point out. Where does this rank in terms of, like, subscriber counts? So if I just go compare with the likes of all the other Burlap stuff, Burlap shirts, highest subscribers... Oh, that is, like, slightly higher. Oh, okay, then. It's not even that low. Very well, then. So, all right. It ended up doing about 4,500 sales each. Let's see where that ends up in the future. But overall, I am not feeling optimistic for these skins. Easter themed skins don't have a very good rep. Now, those were the regular skins. We do have, of course, the abnormal skins from last night. The Easter Neon Large Box took forever to appear, but it did eventually. Sold for $2.49, and, well, the bar has only gone up to $1. That ain't looking super good. I'm very sorry to say, but it ain't looking pretty. So, no, that doesn't look like it's going to retain its value. And then over to here, the likes of the Hedge door. Well, this was like the third best-selling skin, and it only did just over 7,000 bare minimum sales. Wrong thing. Yeah, its Baldur's was only pushing up to 70 cents, and the bulk of the Baldur's ends at 55 cents. So I don't think that's going to retain its value either. That ain't looking pretty. Over to here, the Happy Easter AR, sold for $2.49, and it's already got a listing of at $1. Well, oh no, well, there you go, that's the state of that. But then we of course also had the likes of the chicken costume. So one thing you might have noticed is out of all of these items, yeah, only the costume and the egg suit returned for the second week. Maybe these are the only things that sold much, and maybe these three just didn't do that much, and Face Punch thought, maybe we don't want to bother bringing them back. So anyway, chicken costume, it sells for $10 in the Rust store. The highest Baldur is $8.60. Now, of course, last night we only saw Baldur's going up to about, like, what was it, $5? Maybe, was this guy here? Yeah, no, I can't remember. But yeah, it wasn't that high. We questioned this. We discussed this. We looked at the egg suit as a reference, and the egg suit did get quite cheap around the autumn-fall seasonal dip, reaching to around almost $4. So we kind of looked at that and thought maybe the exact same thing will happen with the chicken costume. We don't know how many have sold because it's made by Face Punch. There's no workshop page to refer to. So who knows how many of these exist? But I don't think it will retain its value. And I'm not surprised to see that some people did jump in doing a Baldur like this, but I can't help but assume as time goes on, it will gradually go down. Okay? So, in regards to that, okay. Warhead, that is a CS2 question, and this is Rust. I think you're in the wrong place, mate. So anyway, Easter as a whole, yeah. And yes, Mr. Kino, you're correct. Brother. Let's move on to the second week. So, yeah, in terms of the choice of picks, I can question it a fair bit. Deplorable side of things, that's alright. Not going to question it. That's actually pretty cool. But I can't help but assume, with the previous week's overall not very good amount of sales, they probably thought, yeah, let's just kind of step away from that. Let's just go whip out some nicer looking things. You got an awesome looking garage door, small box, perfectly cool looking black diamond AK-47, the armored door. Yeah, these four skins are awesome. I'm not going to question that. Now, the fact that they only accepted 2 extra Easter skins, I feel really bad for all the people. There were 130. There's 130 Easter submissions, and overall only like 12 of them got accepted. And out of all the deplorables, there was like 80 plus submitted, only 4 of them were accepted. Well, that's going to hurt. Now, in terms of the people who got picked, their skins, with it being the last Rust store of the month, I've noticed something. Well, Mr. 38, congratulations on your first ever skin to be accepted. Technically speaking, as an individual, Mr. Sepesh got their first ever skin accepted, but they did collaborate in making Sand Rhino, so I should point that out. Over to here, Jan Cake. He's always worked with Horomiel. He's had a few skins accepted with him, but as the person in charge, I guess, apparently he's got his first ever skin accepted, but not really. But yeah, I can confirm, with the trend of the last Rust store of the month, we have seen some people get their first ever skins accepted, so we did follow that. Alright, cool. Now, I did have a bit of a moan. This isn't necessarily the talk in regards to the cyber clothing, that'll be a little bit later, but out of all the things that could have been picked for a clothing and armor spot, yep. So, I could go through this one more time. In recent weeks, for the recent submissions, we've had some very interesting clothing and armor pieces, whether it might be the likes of Primitive Clothing with the likes of Curse Collection and Skull Force. That could have taken a spot. I don't think people would have complained. Me specifically would have worked out very nicely there. And then you got Skull Force over here. That would have been sweet. That would have been cool. I think people would have appreciated that. But we go get the likes of Cyber Collection. Now, why am I not too happy in regards to Cyber Collection? well, it didn't really sell well, and it didn't really hold its value very well afterwards either. It didn't have interest, and yet that was picked. You've even got the likes of Damascus Jacket, Comics Jacket. That could have been picked, but no, snow camouflage for you. No. And then, of course, we could have gone with the likes of Soulless Legion. You know, I'm just pointing out all the continuations I've seen. And yeah, Soulless Legion with a pretty cool looking gold trim right there. Now, that was last week. What about this week? Yeah, we had so much more. Look over to here. So, in regards to Skullforce, we even got the likes of leather gloves and some burlap shoes. Look at all of it. It looks cool. Could have had that. No. So back over to here, we got the likes of Comics Poncho. You got some primitive snow camouflage there. You could have had Legacy Kevlar Jacket, but I do lean onto the idea that maybe that might be next week. If you haven't noticed, there's been a bit of a trend for the previous 3 Force Wipe Rust stores. We've had Legacy Kevlar skins. That actually might be perfectly in line for next week, so we'll give it that. But main point is, could have picked that instead. Pizza. Everybody loves pizza, right? You've also got like some camouflage net and of course a special something right there. So yeah, you could have picked that out. You could have picked this out. You could have picked that out. You could have picked out Flashbacks Tier 3. That was still technically in contention. Thunder Gold hoodie and pants would have been cool, but no. And then, of course, you got the likes of Inflatable Tier 3 and Chameleon Tier 3. So I did question this earlier. I was discussing this with my chat. What is the thought process behind the choices that they do with these skins? Because if it was a financial perspective, whilst the deplorable choices I would agree with, the hoodie and pants, but then again, with the position of this Rust store, we did notice that some skin creators got their first ever skins accepted, technically speaking. So I don't know. I'm just saying it could have been better. But I'm also leaning to the idea of maybe they're saving the interesting clothing and armor pieces for April Force Wipe. Now, if you aren't fully in the know in regards to what's coming out for next week, I'm going to quickly hop over to here and just bring this up to you. Alistair has put out a very nice write-up right here. There's a lot coming out. You're getting the likes of the changes to the cargo ship and the harbour monument. We've got a lovely little launch site. Launch site's getting improved. More changes to oil rig. Electricity's getting changed up. A tool cupboard skin, which we can go take a look at in a second. That's going to very likely be a DLC. Probably a general skin that might cost like $5. Miniguns being added. I think the military flamethrower is also being added. I don't think anyone's made a fuss about that just yet. And yeah, there's quite a lot coming out. You're technically speaking getting a brand new monument. It's looking pretty sweet. And I think a lot of people will be jumping in next week. Of course, Force Wipe by default, but interesting things to take a look at. They're going to be curiously looking for. Yeah. So I can't help but assume maybe they're just holding back certain skins and maybe they're preparing them for next week. Who knows? But I will sit here and say, in regards to these deplorables and the AK, they're sweet. And for some of these other skins, alright, fair enough. They probably wanted to fill in a quota for some Easter skins, and they wanted to give some other people a chance. Alright, that's my ramble. I'm not really going to be super angry. Compare this final Rust Store of the month to many other previous months, the final Rust Stores of the month. I mean, look at over here. Looking at this batch, you had 2 metallic sets and whatnot. I rate the current one we have today better than this. If I go over to here from like January's one, what did that look? Today's one's better than that. December was like Christmassy time. I'd still probably rate it better than that. Let's go to November. You could probably kind of put 2 and 2 together and say I think today's better than compared to like that. I mean, you did have Damascus there and Desert Beast. I mean, maybe that might be equal, especially with the neon vibe sheet metal door there. Oh yeah, that looks kind of pretty. So Soullight Stars doing alright. Alright, never mind. Yeah. It was a pretty good Rust Store this week. I'm not going to really complain. And I can only be optimistic for next week as well. Because it's looking to line up pretty nicely. Fingers crossed. So anyway. I think it's going to be alright for this week. And maybe they wanted to put out the interesting deplorables for this Rust Store. So they don't have to put them out for next week. And maybe we might get a whole bunch of cool looking clothing armour. That's probably a big cope. But that's what I'm hoping for. So that's my little ramble. Shall we actually now talk about the skins? Talk about what might be a potential nice investment for the week? Shall we jump in? I just think the items are surprisingly expensive. Do you know what? We could acknowledge that as well. $3.49, $2.49, $4.49, $3.99. I am rolling with a hypothesis that because last week sold so little and didn't earn that much money, they're probably really banking on the skins that they've picked out today with higher price tags will earn a lot more money this week, and it might even it out. That's a big guess. What do you reckon? Feel free to comment below. So, right, let's proceed. Let's start talking about some of these skins. So, Shadowborn Garage Door. Very cool looking garage door. Vase and Cupis did a very good job with this. I've already had a bit of a ramble about this a little bit earlier. But, yeah. Problem. What's the problem, Hedge? Didn't we just have some very cool looking garage doors recently? Oh, yeah, we did. Uh-oh. Now you understand the problem. So, number one, very cool glow-in-the-dark, Mr. Vase, Mr. Cubist, lovely piece of artwork. And I will point this out to you real quickly. There is actually a continuation that was submitted just this past weekend, a sheet metal double door. Oh, don't hurt me this way, please, not another sheet metal double door. But I would assume that they're going to make more. We've just had one acceptance. I'm pretty sure they're going to be motivated to put out some more. And yes, that is a different piece of artwork there. The theme is the same, but the artwork is different. So just wanted to point that out. So we could have a Shadowborn deplorable collection with its very nice glow-in-the-dark, colour scheme and whatnot. All right, cool. So, what are my thoughts in regards to this? $3.49. That's a bit pricey, yes. But as I was alluding to, didn't we just literally have some cool-looking garage doors? Yes, we did. We had Blocky Rig. Now, Blocky Rig, that's continuing as a collection. We just saw the cargo block large box, and that looks pretty sweet. Glow in the dark, very nice, very cool. So that's doing okay at the moment. But what happened literally the week after when this came out? Well, we got that cool looking clan base garage door. Oh, wow, it's already below its rust price. So I did take a look at this a little bit earlier. There's only 5 listings below its rust price. Sold for $3, but as you look over to here, it's just 6 listings now. Oh, and yeah, it's just a few stragglers. Maybe that might fix itself in the future. Maybe, possibly. But we're kind of building up a lot of cool looking garage doors, and it's only 3 months into this year. You got a really cool batch of skins right there for garage doors, and I can't help but assume we're going to see even more. And there's the problem of too many choices, because when you got too many choices, well, what are people going to want? It's going to probably be very spread out in terms of what people would like, and it very likely will cause the skins to not really go up in price that much. If you know what I mean. Too many listings on the Steam market, but there's too many options to pick from. So that means, people selling their skins might get a bit annoyed and start competing with each other to unload their stock at cheaper prices, and then the values go down, and that leads to problems. And if you look at last year, we kind of had that problem, didn't we? And look at the state of the skins right now. Oh dear, oh no. So I like it. I think it looks cool, and I can't help but assume it very likely could turn into a collection with all the interesting potential deplorables that they're going to produce. And I know they're going to do a very good job of it. Vase and Cupist are quite creative. But garage door specifically, we haven't had any Twitch drops this year aside from the recent Trust and Rust, and that was 2 months ago. I don't know if we're going to have any events soon. Bellum 2 very likely might be happening, or the second round of Bellum I would expect happen soon at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some Twitch drops garage doors, I should say. Is that going to be cool enough to retain its value? Is that going to do alright in the future? Think like the long term, the autumn fall seasonal dip. I like the artwork, cool looking piece of work, but will there be more garage doors? Of course there will. Will there be garage doors that look just as good as that? Eventually, sure, I wouldn't say no. And will there be Twitch drops that might be just as good, but available for free? Oh yeah, that would happen, wouldn't it? So, I'm questioning it. It's abnormal though, so we have that to our advantage, alright? And don't forget, clocks are changed in the UK. Well, they're going to change this Sunday. That means next week. For the next 6 months, abnormals will be appearing 1 hour later. Not looking forward to that. But, yeah. I think we're going to be... we're just going to have to wait till Wednesday. I want to see how many sales have happened, then consider it. I know it's going to sell well. I know it very likely will be getting some more skins made now as well. I'm pretty sure people are saying, congratulations, make more. Do now. Gimme. Where's my water purifier? Where's my water purifier? Why don't people make them? Clearly we want them. But overall, we'll just have to wait and see. Remember, last year Vase made the porcelain collection and we only ended up with like 3 skins. So That would support the garage door if we do get more, but if it will, will it happen? We will have to wait. So maybe at the very least, let's see what happens over the course of this weekend. Maybe another one will appear, and we'll incorporate that into our decisions and how we're going to approach it in terms of what prices we might want to offer for it. But yeah, it's that $3.49 price that's kind of making me question things, and the high price is what gets me worried in regards to this. Like, yeah, maybe that's half the reason why that's already dipping in price, even though it sold a lot less compared to the blocky rig garage door. Half the amount, to be precise. Alright, so I'll leave that for now. I'm interested, but I'm worried about how much it will sell, and I'm worried about if we're going to get even more garage doors afterwards, so we'll leave that for now, alright? Hello, right, sorry, my Streamlabs froze as I was talking about the stone-based box, so I guess I'll just refresh and start again. So, stone-based box, let's go! Right, so first of all, how are small boxes currently holding up in terms of their prices? And what do we see? The answer is the recent ones, the ones from last year, only one of them's in the positive. Now you might bring up and question Hedge, Easter dip, okay, understood, but to see so many like that, right. However, this one's a little bit special, this box skin. So you might not have noticed, but on Twitter, this was doing the rounds. This was going crazy. Loads of people were talking about it, tweeting about it, retweeting it. It did very well in that aspect. So a lot of people apparently really do like the skin. And, of course, its predecessor, which you might not be fully aware of, there was also a wooden storage. So there's definitely a potential that this could turn into a collection. There might be a resubmission of this in the future. We shall see. Maybe there'll be a sheet metal door version. We shall see. We shall see. But, yeah, there's some positives there, and, of course, negatives. Small boxes do not do very well in terms of retaining their value. But that right there very likely will have more than enough support to keep the price up. No side glow, well, I mean, you're not wrong there, but overall, would it still stand out with the glow in the dark on the sides from here? Yeah, a bit questionable. So, comfy little design, cute little thing, but where is it going to end up at? Selling for $2.49, a price higher than what a standard small box would sell for. Well, I mean, I'm questioning it, chat. I'm trying my best. Looking at this, I'm going to sit here and say, I think it's still going to go below its store price. But if we do see the other skins being accepted, the wooden one and potentially a brand new sheet metal one, then all right, maybe we could see it working out all right. We get a nice little collection of them. Maybe we get an armoured one. That'll be pretty funny. Maybe we get a shack one. He should make a shack one, actually, now that I've thought about it. Yeah, make a shack one. Someone's got to go comment here and say, hey, could you make a shack one as well? Because that actually would be pretty funny. So, if I were to quickly hop over to here, if I were to quickly go over to the likes of here, did he tweet it out? I would have retweeted him if he did do that. He hasn't mentioned it yet. So if I go to Mr. 38, I can prove to you real quickly. I don't know who he is. I can't find him. Damn. I just wanted to prove to you that, yes, he has got a lot of people like sitting there saying, I love this, I want it. If he would have tweeted out saying, hey, I've got this accepted, thank you very much, I would have shown you all the people that would have been going, yay, or something like that. But just take my word for it, I know for a fact a lot of people really appreciated this. So I am very conflicted. It did 20,000 plus like views and whatnot, and that's very good for a skin. All right, very good for a skin on Twitter. On average, they probably barely, like, maybe get 1,000. So both the wooden one and the stone one I should be pointing out. So both of them. All right, we'll see. Maybe it just might end up with a load of sales, but never retain its value. Maybe the smart thing would be to wait until Wednesday. We'll look at how many sales have happened, and then of course do abnormal barters first, and then proceed from there. You get the idea. The normal routine. That's going to be the smartest and safest option. So we'll roll with that, okay? Cool. Let's talk about the likes of the Black Diamond AK-47. Right, $4.49. That's pretty pricey. Someone came in earlier and said, Hedge, why is that $4.49? I was like, because they wanted to sell it at that price. That's all I can say. Every now and then we do get a fairly pricey skin, and, well, here's your first very pricey skin of the year, I guess. Is that did we have another $4 skin recently? I don't think so. Anyway, get a good look at that. Produced by Mr. Bear Trip and Hulk. And yeah, I can respect the quality is there. Looks quite nice. Not too crazy in terms of the colours, because, well, it's all black. But, I like the detail. It looks pretty. Aim sight is pure black. The whole thing is pure black. And it's got some nice little details on the side. Look at the glistening shine on it. Looks cool. Will it retain its value? I don't think so. I don't think so. I've seen expensive AKs in the past, and they did not do a good job in retaining their value. Now, we very recently had $3.49 AK-47s, and, well, how are they currently holding up? Should I just quickly point out, we're about 12, 13 weeks into 2024, and we've already got 12 AK-47s. Cool. Now, recently-ish, we've had El Diablo, Mythical Dragon, and Thundergold AK-47 selling at $3.49 each. That's now 89 cents. That's now $1.20. Thundergold's doing all right. He did a good job retaining its value. This can be a fair bit awkward, all right? This can be a fair bit awkward. Now, can I go further back? Can I relate to another AK-47 that might have been fairly similar and sold at a fairly high price? I could, and that would be Black Gold AK-47. Now, we're going quite a fair bit back, and let's hope I can actually notice it. Where were you? Oh, here we are, Black Gold. This sold for $5. Now it sells for $1.44. Huh. That did 30,000 sales. So, very likely, the high amount of sales led to the demise. But initially, that actually went up to about $10, and then it went down afterwards. I could prove that real quickly, just to show you. So, how much quantity do you have in the market? Almost 200. On average, every single Ruskin on the Steam market has about 100 quantities, so that's got double the amount. But if we look over back to here to its past, yeah, initially, it went up. It went down. So I can't help but assume, by default, a cool-looking AK like that still will go down in price. And I did make this point a little bit earlier to my chat. Well, for $4.49 you can buy that, or for $2.20, half the price, you could just go get the Ninja AR, which was on the front page a little bit earlier. But yeah, Ninja... I want to be ninja. I hate how that's in my head. Damn you, Kino. Here you go, yeah. There you go. This is pretty much the exact same thing, but half the price, and it has a white aim sight. So if you're the type of person who doesn't use like Crosshair X and whatnot, that's probably the better option. There are other options with AK-47s, and that's the problem with AK-47s as an investment. There's too many AKs. There's too many. So yeah, real quickly, how many AK skins are currently in the game? Well, I can quickly answer this to you. In terms of Twitch drops and marketable skins, the answer is 246. For $4.49, I could buy 3 AKs. Or maybe more, actually, to be honest. I could probably get 4. Yeah. So, if we were to compare this in terms of price, highest price, this is already in the higher batch. Yeah. It's in the upper 20%. You can see how well AK-47s do just by looking at that. So, yeah. Awkward. So, we've established that. How many will this sell? Do you reckon this will do 30,000 exactly like the Black Gold AK-47? I don't think so. I don't know. This is awkward. At the moment, it's the third best-selling skin so far. Let's completely push aside the Exoot. Let's just not even consider that. So far, right now, this is the third best-selling skin at $4.49. Then again, that being full fat $4. But anyway, maybe this might not sell that much. Maybe this might only do about 10,000 sales. Maybe that might be a whole lot better for it. But I can't help but assume it still will go below its Rust or price. But how low? Well, it might not do too bad. So this is another question. Are we going to see more of this potential AK in terms of, will there be a SAR? Will there be more Black Diamond skins, like something like that? Maybe. I mean, what else is Mr. Bad Trip doing at the moment? What's he done recently? He's been putting out Black Gold skins every now and then, hasn't he? Yes, but he doesn't really have like a collection he's currently working on. So maybe he might steer towards making Black Diamond as a full set. Has anyone questioned that? Has anyone said anything? Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And at the very least, we can wait until this weekend. Maybe we'll see another Black Diamond skin being produced. It's a waiting game. So, smart choice. Wait until Wednesday. If you want to buy it because you like it, by all means buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them motivated to keep wanting to put out very nice skins in the future. Much like Mr. Vase over there. Hello, Mr. Vase. Good day to see you, sir. Congratulations on your garage door. But, if you want to make an investment, you've got to wait this out. Be smarter. Waiting until Wednesday, looking at the sales would probably be the smarter approach. So, we'll see what happens from there. I am conflicted because I can acknowledge it's a cool looking AK, And the pure black AKs do tend to do a fair bit better, Ninja AR being one of them. Ninja AR, I should clarify, is the most bought AK-47 skin that's ever existed. If I go by subscriber count, at the very least you'd acknowledge that subscribers as the individual people. Yeah, you'd notice that it had 45,000 sales. But it's only down by 6%. And we're currently going for an Easter dip. What's that going to look like during the summer? There you go. So yeah, even though it did a ridiculous amount of sales, it's only down by 6%. It's not like the Ox AR. So yeah, maybe that might emulate the Ninja AR. Maybe. We'll see. So keep an eye on it, and we'll wait until Wednesday. Abnormal barders first, then acknowledge what, the support afterwards, and make a consideration if we actually jump in and buy some. Sounds good? Let's move on. Soullight Armador. Cool looking Armador. Got to give it that. Mr. Upor and Hyper Monster. That does look nice. One side's my light side, and the other one's my dark side. So edgy. You don't want to see my dark side, because it's the inside of my base and I don't want you there. Go away. Anyway, cool. So hey, I respect it. It's a pretty cool design, and for that to be $4, fair enough. Okay, I'm not going to complain. Where's it going to end up at? We haven't had a cool looking Armador in the past. I'm going to bring up the likes of the From Hell Armador. If you see me looking to the side, I'm constantly having to double check to make sure I haven't frozen. So if you notice me doing that a lot, just point that out. Do you remember the From Hell Armador? Oh no, you're down by 20%. Well, I feel like this is probably the best thing I can compare to. At least for the dark side. But here we go. Right. Less than 100 quantity on the Steam market. How are we doing in terms of your listings? I mean, just a good 30 sales. Let's back up to its rest price. Funny bone. Okay, hello, how you doing? So it's so funny. Ooh, hello. Right, so yeah, with what we have now. With what we have there, stupid fan. I've seen this do quite right in the summers. It's actually trending upwards, actually, if you notice that. But yeah, recently it's probably gone down a bit. Yeah, there you go. But it's stopped going down. And this is actually something I've acknowledged with a lot of skins recently. Whilst they've gone down since January, they've seemingly stopped going down and started to rise back up. Maybe the Easter tip has already come and gone. That's for you to go and look at. Look at all the skins right now and see if they're stopping or starting to rise up in price. Rising up for the summer. So anyway, back during January time, this was actually selling for $4. But since then, more listings have appeared. But could that recover? Well, probably not anymore now, because we've got a pretty cool looking Armador right here to take its place. Conflicting? Yes. How many sales will that have? I don't know. How many did the Armored Door from Hell have? Actually, that's a probably good thing to do real quickly. So that did 20,000 sales. All right. That sold for $4. Yes. This is selling for $4. Yes. If that does equal to that, maybe it's going to behave the exact same way. It goes up during good times, bad, down during bad times. So up good, down bad. Yeah. That's very straightforward. I will sit here and say, recent Armadors have not fared very well. Neon Vibes is part of a full-fledged Neon Vibes collection. Still went down. Red Armador, and then the Halloween door from last Halloween, there. And we've got the pay-to-win Brutalist Armador, with transparency and glow-in-the-dark. Well, no, still below its Rustle price. What? Well, there you go. So, by default, will this go below its Rustle price? I fully expect it to. Exactly like the Door from Hell, it'll probably go down during the bad times. It'll probably only go down to maybe $2.50. Only about. But yeah, I feel like I'm probably just going to stick with doing a barter on that one. Armadors, you have to question how often do people even get to the point where they get to Armadors, and you also have to question, do they actually like using them? And do they actually like the skin? So if we end up seeing 30,000 sales, no, I don't think that'll do a good job in retaining its value. If we see about 20,000, I could see it working out okay. If we have even less, well, that'll be interesting. Sorry, I've kind of lost my voice there. So, gotta wait and see. Yeah, gotta wait till Wednesday. By all means, if you like it, consider buying it. Support the skin creators. Keep them motivated. Keep wanting to put out very nice creative designs in the future. And this is a very creative design, I'll give it that. But, yeah, as an investment, I'm still leaning towards just sticking with doing a buy order. Yeah. Alright then, over to here with the likes of Cyber Hoodie and Pants. I had a bit of a ramble earlier, but I will point this out. With the arrival of this, a core piece, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I don't care what you say. Look what happened. That's That's not the right spot. There we go. Cyber Collection was bought out. Cyber Collection was in fact bought out. And as we go over to here, their quantities did go low. Let's just remove this. I was talking about this earlier for someone in regards to Legacy Kevlar. Oh yeah, there you go. I sold some. So I acknowledged this last time. Last time we had, what was it, Tier 2? Yeah, Cyber Tier 2 being accepted. The Tier 3 went up in price. And after a few hours, it went back down to the price it was at before, and it didn't go back up again. So I was like, I've got to take the opportunity to jump in and sell these whilst I can. And I seemingly have, so I've sold one there. Cool. I don't think it's going to retain... I don't think these are going to stay like this at $1. I can't help but assume it's still going to go back down, based on the behaviour I've seen before. And yeah, you can see I sold one there. Cool. Yay, it's working. I actually haven't bought any of the Tier 2 armour. I don't think these actually went down in price. Oh yeah, you did. You're at $2 now, and it doesn't even mention it here. Wait, if I refresh, would it acknowledge with a bit of a spike here? Come on, refresh, show me. 23 have sold. Yeah, I think someone just basically cleaned it out. And over to here, this was pumped. Do you remember that? Someone was doing like a $5 pile on them. It was the guy that was doing the Imperial Thompson pump not too long ago. Anyway, yeah, I mean, that's done a better job in retaining its value, probably because of that. And over to here, well, it was $5 at one point earlier. Oh, I can see Cheese is selling his. And I did a very low pile as well. Yeah, so we got a full set now. Interesting. But do people care for it? I don't think so. Sorry, I'm actually... let me just take a real quick drink. Yeah, starting to lose my voice. That was weird. Anyway, back over to here. Well, what we see here, it might be alright now, but will it hold? I don't think so. I personally don't think it's going to be doing okay. And one of the contributing reasons would be the fact that we literally just had Damascus. Yep, I do think Damascus would be partly to blame. Damascus is another fully metallic set. And we got everything, boots and gloves included. Yeah, you're probably going to get cyber boots and gloves. Actually, they were already submitted, Shiftless Drifter. They were already submitted like a good few weeks back, so well, we'll probably get version 2. That'll probably happen, yeah. But yeah, this is basically what happened with the likes of Damascus. Funnily enough, the boots and the gloves were accepted when the Tier 2 was accepted for Cyberkilt. But the point I'm trying to get across is we already have a cool looking shiny metallic set. Are people going to want to jump onto Cyber set? Because let me tell you, when this came out, the Tier 2, initially, whilst Tier 3 did bounce up a fair bit with the spike in demand, spike in price, went back down again. Are we going to see the exact same thing? And was I correct to sell my Tier 3 armour as fast as I could when we saw the acceptance? We'll wait and see, but I think I'm going to be correct in that answer, in that aspect. Oh, and we'll talk about that in a second, don't you worry. So, overall, it's abnormal. I ain't got a rush into buying that. I would rather wait, and I can't help but assume by the time it's Wednesday, we're going to look at all the skins in the Cyber Collection, and they're all being a negative again. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. So, this was picked over the other things. Yep. Well, we'll just have to move on then. So, we got the Blackberry Rock. Kind of surprised to see this was accepted, but not complaining. That would be our second rock skin of the year, so if you aren't fully aware. We had Polished Obsidian, which is doing pretty okay in terms of retaining most of its value. And now we got a glow-in-the-dark rock. Blackberry Rock, to be precise. Now, we have to question this. Do people like glow-in-the-dark rocks? If I were to reference to the Rock from Hell, I would think no. Because that's now at a third of its price. $4.49. Huh, that's funny. Right, so, I am questioning this. I don't think it's going to sell as much as the Rock from Hell, for example. But do you like it? Do you appreciate? Do you like Blackberries? Do you like the Blackberry collection? So, number one, I think we're going to probably be seeing more of this collection. That sounds pretty sweet. But the following question is, what's next? Like, is there anything that's going to give this a bit of a boost? I am surprised they picked the glow-in-the-dark one over the regular one. But maybe they're just like glow-in-the-dark skins. Maybe they thought we got to do at least one glow-in-the-dark rock every year. I don't know. But I'm a bit worried about the glow-in-the-dark. People do not like glow-in-the-dark tools and weapons and whatnot. They don't want to be seen at night time. And, well, what do you reckon? Immediately, I'm a little bit skeptical, but how much will it sell? That's another question. With all of these other skins in this Rustor, maybe all the attention's going to be focused onto the likes of these, and hardly anything's going to sell here, which could help out, help it out as an investment, not for the skin creator, but yeah, maybe the Sully does about 10,000 sales. That would make it more appealing, but it's still glow in the dark, and that's still questionable. Yeah, awkward. Very awkward. All right, we're probably just better off waiting until Wednesday. I'm just going to say that for everything. I'm sorry to say, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm going to say. It's the smart choice. It's how you should approach things. So, yeah, I lean more towards I'm probably just going to stick with doing a buy order, but we'll see where it ends up eventually. All right, so wait till Wednesday. That'll be the smart choice. Okay, moving on. Right, we got these remaining skins here. They are all not abnormal. Jungle Sar. So this was a little bit later to appear. So when we're looking over here, after about 5 minutes, I refreshed again. I saw that appear. I was like, oh, okay then. Anyway, we've gone too far back. Where have we going? We're going back over to here. Yep, sorry, I got a little bit lost. So the SAR. How good have SARs performed so far this year? Yeah. So, yeah, that's a bit awkward. I'm not going to acknowledge the Carrot Blaster SAR because it only just became marketable, but not good, not good, not good, not good, not good, doing all right, not yet. Yeah, only Thundergold's doing a decent job of retaining its value. And if we were to go back a year, yeah, only Thundergold. So that's a little bit awkward. Probably doesn't help that we literally have the likes of the Hedge SAR being given away for free back in January. So if you need to be reminded... that's not the... What? Did I click the wrong one? I clicked this right. Thank you. Alright, there you are. But Crowley SAR basically has the exact same thing. Look, oh, very nice, really useful. But that's to all the people who care about aim sights and whatnot. If you're using Crosshair X, meh. So, Jungle SAR, let's get a good look at you. Bright, colourful, is that it? Let's go take a look. Aim down the sight, standard aim sight, cool looking green dots and whatnot, useful for every single environment. But is this the type of skin for you? I will sit here and say, by default, I don't think people are going to care. And I'm very sorry to say that, but look at the state of these. Now, that's colourful. These aren't. But have we had a colourful SAR in the past? I mean, you have Chameleon SAR. That's not too down bad. That's actually okay. That's actually okay. If every skin's suffering from the dip and that's only down by 9%, that's actually doing okay. I'll be honest with you. This is probably the most colourful SAR we've had in a long time. Could that work out right for it? Maybe. Is it going to sell that much? Probably not. By default, I will sit here and say 60 cents to 80 cents buy order as a safe option, but maybe that doesn't sell that much. And like I said with the Rock, if all 4 of these skins over here are going to take up all the attention this week, maybe all the other skins here will just not get that many sales, and well, you know, maybe they might work out right in the future as very low quantity skins that just happen to rise up in price easily because there's only so much of them available. All the better for them to rise up in price. So, I mean, if you like it, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator. But I'm going to leave it for now. Right, Hatched, Chick Furnace, and Easter Farm Door. I'll do the both of them. They're both Easter themed, and I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if they end up going down to about 50 cents each. Not joking, I'm being serious. Whilst they are perfectly fine for the holiday month and whatnot, I mean the holiday season, I guess you could say. Cool, cute idea, whatnot. It's not going to retain its value. And over to here, the likes of this wooden door. People don't really like using wooden doors that much. You know, in the early stages of the game, that's perfectly fine, but you're not always going to use it. Role players, probably, but yeah. So, unfortunately, straight up, I'm just going to sit here and say I'm probably at best only going to do about 50 cents, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's going to happen in terms of where they end up with their prices. Cool. So, yeah. It's interesting with what was picked. I'd stand by my point that I think this is to help them recover from the previous week, which we didn't get that many sales. So, what could we expect for next week? Well, like I said, if this was picked out of all of the potential options for clothing and armor, I can't help but assume we're probably going to be seeing some sort of interesting clothing and armor picks for next week. Maybe based on the form. How would you say this? The amount of skins that are accepted. You know, we only got 2 clothing and armor things here. Maybe we're going to see a lot of clothing and armor next week. That's optimistic, isn't it, Hedge? Oh, yeah, I know, I'm sorry, but I have said this. There are some very interesting options that could be picked from. What will be picked from is questionable, but who knows, right? Who knows? It's up to Face Punch, and as I said earlier, if they were trying to make a choice in terms of wanting to make tons of money, don't fully know why those were picked. If they were wanting to pick out a very nice creative design, don't know why those were picked. Maybe they just wanted to complete that set. At least we don't have any more cyber stuff to look forward to, I guess. Maybe the boots and gloves, we'll see. But I'm optimistic that next week could probably be a very interesting Rust store, and accompanying that, a very interesting April Force White with all these interesting details being added to the game. We don't even know all the details. They just kind of abbreviated it with boatload of quality life fixes and performance changes. We're just going to have to wait and see. Oh, yes, indeed. All right, then. So, I accidentally showed this off earlier, but I'm going to show it again now. Retro Tool Cupboard is essentially, like, quite literally in the game now. It's there. It's going to probably be a DLC. Go forth and look at the videos that are out there right now. It is a interesting design. The first ever Tool Cupboard skin to be introduced to the game. It's looking like only Face Punch are going to be making those for now. We shall see if it actually becomes something skin creators can work on. But it has, like, computer screens that, you know, give you all the details in regards to what you have inside. It will tell you if your base is decaying, and I do believe it glows in the dark as well. That might not be something everybody's happy about, but yeah. The fun thing is, though, for everything that you put in here, it actually acknowledges it by storing the items like below in here. Again, go watch a video showcasing this, such as TGG or Protux, for example, and you'll see for yourself. Pretty cool looking thing. It's just, are you going to want to fork out some money for it? Because I'm pretty sure that's DLC, and it'll probably cost you like $5. It'll probably be in the general Rust store. Yeah, the general section. Lo and behold, watch them sell it for like $9.99. Watch it happen. Or maybe it's quite literally in the Steam, in the Rust workshop, Rust store next week. We'll find out. Actually, maybe that's why we got some very interesting skins accepted this week. Maybe that is going to appear in the Rust store next week. Do you remember the space suit, hazmat suit, the first ever skin for the hazmat? That was in the Rust store. They didn't sell it in the general store. They sold it in the Rust store for 2 weeks, and that was back in 2019. Hedge is weird because he remembers these things. Right, so yeah, maybe that might be the case of something like that happening. Who knows? What was that Welly Pets thing, though? So Hedge is reminding himself there was mentions of a Welly Pets item. And the best thing I could kind of like put together was it sounded like something that was going to accompany the frog boots that we have, but I haven't seen any mention of that recently. So who knows? Maybe that's something for next DLC. We'll see. But yeah, next week's looking interesting. We'll see how it all turns out. We're not getting bikes anytime soon. If you go see the current state of their bikes at the moment, you'll understand. So yeah, that's everything. How's the chat privacy? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Well, all we have now is to look forward to the weekend, because, well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people might have tomorrow off, and potentially Monday, depends where you're in the world. We get both Friday and Monday off, so I'm looking forward to it. And, well, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, I guess. So, I'm looking forward to what could come out next week. Are you optimistic? Feel free to comment what you're hopeful for. I've put out the likes of my workshop links to all the people out there, and, well, we'll just have to wait and see. And we'll have to keep an eye out for what's going to get submitted to the workshop over the course of this weekend as well. So, lots of interesting things on the horizon. What's that front page looking like at the moment? Oh, still that? Okay, cool. Alright, okay. Sweet. Sorry, chat, for the random freeze halfway through. That was awkward. It's something that's been affecting my Streamlabs program for the past 2 or so weeks. That was awkward. Does anybody have any questions? I am hopeful for world peace. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to be achieved very quickly. Anything that someone here has to ask? Someone actually added me earlier. When do stores get good? I mean, this is a fine Rust store. As I said, this is probably one of the best last Rust. This is probably the best last Rust store of the month that we've had for quite a long time. With all due respect, the choices of the skins in regards to the deplorables were pretty good. Yes, you got the Easter ones there, but that was probably out of necessity. Should I eat Chinese or Thai for takeout? I think Thai food might be a little bit healthier. In terms of taste, yeah, maybe Chinese. You know, I probably started a debate right there. Oh, sorry. There's been worse. Exactly. Yes, we've had worse. So, yeah, all right. I'm not going to complain anymore. Go forth, enjoy the skins, and we'll see what turns out to be a nice investment in the future, and we'll wait and see what gets accepted for next week. So with that, thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.